For more on what it will take for this agreement to lead to a lasting peace deal, we're joined by former Israeli ambassador to the U.S. and former Knesset member Michael Oren. Ambassador, thanks so much for taking the time to join us. Coming into the day, we were told to expect a full vote on this deal around 11 a.m. Eastern time. It ended up happening just before 6:30 tonight. Can you give us any insight onto what was happening behind closed doors?
First of all, good to be with you, Lindsay. And it's an exciting day for us. It's a very emotional day for us. These hostages are indeed going to be reunited with their families. Those who are no longer living will come back to a decent burial with their families in the state of Israel. And for that, we are very, very indebted to President Trump and his team, to Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff. They did really, truly an exceptional job of diplomacy. The Israeli cabinet, we are a democracy, different parties in that cabinet, some to, more to the right, even the prime minister. We're concerned. We're concerned about the next stage of this agreement. Yes, all the hostages returned, but the big question is going to remain: can Hamas be disarmed? Now, there's now the subsequent stages of the 20 points talking about, as you mentioned, the formation of an international force to come into Gaza to help administer the strip and also reconstruct the strip. But no one is going to send their troops or their administrators to Gaza if Hamas still has guns. And how this is going to be done is going to be a tremendous challenge for all the parties involved as we move to the second stage of this plan.
With the approval, of course, the clock is ticking on this agreement. Israeli forces have 24 hours to withdraw to an agreed-upon line inside Gaza, after which Hamas has 72 hours to release all 20 remaining hostages. Do you think that both sides are ready to meet these requirements on this rapid timeline?
Well, I can certainly speak for the Israeli side. The Israeli army, the IDF, is very disciplined, and if the order goes out to withdraw within 24 hours to a certain line, they will do it and will make that deadline. I can't speak for Hamas. Hamas has come back and intimated that they don't necessarily know where all the hostages are, that they don't know where the remains of the deceased hostages are. And our hope, this is our hope and our expectation, that Hamas will meet the 72-hour deadline.
Looking ahead, the 20-step plan laid out by President Trump calls for Hamas to return the bodies of the 28 deceased hostages and Israel to release nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees from Gaza and allow humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza once again. How crucial is this next phase of the hostage and prisoner exchange?
Well, it all hinges on that. If Hamas meets the deadline, if it fulfills the release of the hostages, the return to their families, then we can proceed to the other stages. But the 20 points, and by the way, the 20 points, again, it's a very elegant piece of diplomacy where they got very disparate countries in the Middle East that don't agree on anything with one another, less with Israel and with the Palestinians to agree to this. It is a sequential piece of diplomacy. It starts with the 72 hours and the release of the hostages, the withdrawal of IDF to assign lines in Gaza. Everything else hinges on that. And we move from those two stages, the return of hostages and the IDF withdrawal, to the disarmament of Hamas. And if that cannot be accomplished within a certain amount of time, there's going to be a tremendous challenge for American, Israeli, and indeed Middle Eastern diplomacy.
Ambassador Michael Oren, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And we are joined